Can I go?
Mm-hmm.
So for my future goals, I came into the PackTrack program not really sure if research was something that I wanted to do or even if I was good at. But after this program, I'm definitely, over the summer, I'm applying to a couple different places for internships for research. And this is definitely something that I want to pursue. If I could do research involving oncology, then I would love to do something like that. But it'd also be great if I could do something with neurobiology as well.
So this semester definitely solidified me wanting to continue with field research. Like, even though it was difficult and it's time consuming, I would much rather be out in the field doing work and then bringing it in and like applying like what I've learned in class into like the outside world. Because it is applicable. Like, you feel like what you're learning in class, like about like receptors, ligand binding sites, it's just in this far out, like, yeah, it happens in your body, but like being able to see it happen like in your test tube with something that wasn't manipulated in the lab was really exciting and really cool, and I can't wait to work on projects and propose projects in the future.
What's like the one thing you could take away from this experience?
Definitely some respect to lab and research and such, because I mean they work hard and they're quite creative with their projects. Like, most of the people think like science and research is very like hardcore, like all science, all math, all like just concrete ideas, but there's a lot of like planning and like thinking like outside of what you're doing, to like think of like how is what I'm doing now like affecting other things in the environment, or like what can be done to mitigate it and such.
Good.
The most important thing I've learned about myself as a scientist is that dedication and hard work are some of the best feats to have in the field of science, because you have to keep going back and redesigning your experiment, using the results you get to obtain new results, and keep building on it.
That I can time manage myself really well when it comes to getting my experiments in on time, and that I have this growing interest in a field that I never expected.
Okay. Yes.
Well, I've learned that I can be creative in the lab, and that this doesn't have to be a place where you're stressed out. It's a place to be creative and work out your problems and learn a whole new side of yourself, that you can do it. You can face problems like that.
I think I learned about myself as a scientist. I think I learned that I'm really passionate about seeing those connections. I think that's what makes working in the lab and doing what can seem kind of tedious, like all the little things, makes it so rewarding, is seeing those broader connections and seeing how it's relevant. And I really enjoyed doing this research because it was relevant to my career choice. Like, I want to go into pediatrics. And so I thought it was really interesting to see how just this like small scale chemical within the plastics affects the development of children over time, since that's what I want to do with my career. I really liked being able to make those connections.
I have learned that instead of just straight medical school, which I know a lot of people come to college doing, I would have a plan to switch first into integrated physiology and neurology, which is my new major, and then pursue a degree in research and a master's and hopefully a PhD later.
Okay.
Well, coming into the class, I was really unsure of whether I could do it or not. I know I really don't want to go into research. It's not my primary field of choice, but doing this research definitely gave me a lot of confidence and let me know, that I could do it and challenge myself, which is applicable to just about everything in science, whether it's research or med school or whatever you want to go into.
Okay.
As a scientist, I've learned that I love doing research. I love asking questions and finding out the answers myself. When we went to visit the Nature Center, I was before maybe I would have stand off to the side, but this time I was like up in their experiment, asking so many questions and trying to get in on the experiment because it was just so exciting, and I've learned to really ask the right questions.
Awesome.
I've learned that think under pressure. I am very precise. I've developed a lot of critical thinking skills. I can think about things in different ways, scientific ways.
Well, as I said at the info session, I want to go into PT school, which isn't necessarily related to research as much as med school or getting your PhD, but through this lab and just reading scientific articles and performing my own experiments, I've learned a lot about the downstream effects of what I'm going to be dealing with in my future profession as a PT. So it shows you that things are a lot more complicated than you think, and sometimes you have to backtrack a little bit further than what you initially thought to find out what would be wrong with the patient. So it definitely just showed that there's a lot more to your chosen field than you think.
As a scientist myself, confidence is a big thing from this class. For me, it was that I feel I can go into another lab that I don't really know much about and be able to read about it and listen and figure out what the main purpose of the lab is and be able to apply myself in different areas that I have no background in. My future career goals haven't changed that much, but I have considered now that I would like to go into research, but within a company, not as an independent, or I would like to be a part of a larger group of people, and I really see the importance of research, and it's not just, it's not always just, oh, I want to learn what this is about just out of curiosity, but it has implications and is important to understanding how we can move forward as a society and grow.
I think definitely the communication skills, not only with scientific writing, but public speaking. Having to do the poster presentations was really beneficial, and it really helps you explain what you're doing to scientists and other people that may not understand, so you really have to develop those communication skills.
Awesome.